You are the absolute best actor for the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. You're funny, and when you're just playing Bruce Banner, you're super chill. It's always amazing to watch you transform into the big green angry monster. Sometimes it's hard to believe it's you, but we've seen the behind the scenes pictures, and let's just say you aren't nearly as intimidating in a motion capture suit. It's pretty amazing how the special effects team can turn you into the Hulk.
I know, it's crazy. I'm wearing shirts now.
Digital effects can make great movies even better, but without those cool effects, the actors look downright ridiculous. Check out these 10 actors who were caught without digital effects.
Outstanding.
The 2013 space drama Gravity really changed the game when it came to CGI. Obviously, they couldn't film the movie in space. That would be impossible.
Gotta admit one thing. Can't beat the view.
The movie relied heavily on computer-generated imagery. In fact, huge parts of the movie are entirely CGI. In many scenes, the only part of Sandra Bullock's character that isn't CGI is her face. People move differently in space, so it was hard to film a lot of the scenes realistically. Many of the scenes were shot in a giant cube of light with a moving camera. The whole cube was built on a tilt rig. It tilted so they could move all over the place, and even the spacesuits were enhanced by the computer. We can see that Sandra Bullock didn't wear a helmet, and her spacesuit was way less bulky. She definitely doesn't look as cool as she did once the movie was finished. It's pretty amazing what the editors were able to accomplish with CGI. Gravity raised the bar and took computer generation to the next level.
I hate space.
Stage makeup can go a long way. There are some really great examples of actors who spent hours in the makeup trailer being transformed into someone new. But sometimes, CGI is necessary to make the change. The Dark Knight movies use both. The Joker's makeup is impressively creepy, but there's another villain in the movie. Harvey Dent was played by Aaron Eckhart. He was the district attorney for Gotham City, and he wasn't always very ethical. In fact, the cops called him Harvey Two-Face.
We all know you're Gotham's White Knight.
I heard they have a different name for me down at MCU.
That name soon turns literal when his face is disfigured by fire. Dent refuses any skin grafts, and he becomes the villain, Two-Face. It's a really creepy look, and the scene where he reveals his new face is terrifying. But what does that scene look like without CGI? Well, he looks like Aaron Eckhart. He's got some motion capture dots on his face, and it's not scary at all. It's amazing how much the CGI changed him. They definitely could not have achieved the same level of gore with just makeup.
Jesus, I thought you was dead.
Half.
In 2012, director Ang Lee brought a best-selling novel to life on the big screen. Life of Pi was a huge success. Critics loved it, and it made over $600 million worldwide. It won 4 Oscars, and one of those awards was for Best Visual Effects. Life of Pi was about a family from India who owned a zoo. They closed their zoo and decided to move to Canada to sell the animals.
On ship, gravy is not meat, it's taste.
But there is a shipwreck, and Pi is the only human survivor. He has to survive months on his own, and his only companion is a ferocious tiger. They share a small boat and learn to help and appreciate each other. It's an amazing movie, and the scenes with the tiger are so cool. But when you see the clips of the movie without the digital effects, it's underwhelming. In fact, it's absolutely hilarious at times. Suraj Sharma plays Pi, and he looks way less cool on an empty boat in a swimming pool. You'll probably notice there's no tiger, which is probably a lot safer. One of the sweetest scenes in the movie is when the tiger lays his head on Pi's lap, but that didn't really happen. Check out the tiger's stunt double. It's a badly made blue stuffed animal with permanent marker eyes.
Yours! Mine!
Superhero movies always rely on a lot of digital effects, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is no exception. A lot of these digital effects have to do with the monsters and aliens that invade. There are a lot of explosions, but Captain America: The First Avenger had a different problem. How did they make Captain America look less like Captain America? Steve Rogers starts out as a puny little kid from Brooklyn. He's brave and he wants to fight for America in World War II, but he's too scrawny and unhealthy.
We are going to win this war because we have the best men.
Chris Evans had to beef up to play Steve Rogers, and that's definitely his face and voice at the beginning of the movie.
To the little guys.
He had to film the shots and let CGI work its magic. The digital effects team had to make Chris look a lot shorter and a lot skinnier. The change is drastic. It's hilarious to see Chris this way. It had to be hard to act, too. Stanley Tucci, who played Dr. Erskine, had to look down instead of looking Chris in the eyes.
How'd you feel?
Benedict Cumberbatch is one versatile actor. He can play an arrogant and cynical doctor turned superhero in Doctor Strange, and he's absolutely perfect as Sherlock Holmes on the BBC series Sherlock. He also makes a fantastic evil dragon.
Don't waken it.
In 2013, Benedict took on the role of Smaug in the Hobbit film series. Smaug is a vicious dragon who hoards a treasure in the Lonely Mountain, and he is terrifying. The CGI was impressive in the Hobbit movies, but most fans think that Benedict only lent his voice to Smaug. That's not the case. The actor wore a motion capture suit and acted out the physical movements of the dragon. It's pretty funny to see Benedict, who is a serious actor, writhing on the floor playing a dragon. The effects team took his movements and applied them to the animation of Smaug. They also filmed the motions of his face separately, which is why Smaug is so lifelike. In 2009, James Cameron released a new hit movie that was totally different from his work on Titanic. Avatar was an epic sci-fi film with amazing visual effects and deep political messages. The movie is about humans who are colonizing a planet that is home to a peaceful alien race. The military sends soldiers in as avatars of the Na'vi race to study the world. One of these soldiers is attacked and rescued by Zoe Saldana's character, Neytiri.
You have a strong heart. No fear.
But Zoe Saldana isn't a blue alien. The movie relied heavily on motion capture animation to turn the actors into Na'vi aliens. When you see clips of Avatar without the CGI, it's not nearly as exciting. Zoe looks way less fierce. We love that they added fake ears to her mocap suit. Thanks to some impressive CGI, audiences were able to lose themselves in the beautiful world of Pandora. Zoe Saldana may be great at motion capture, but there is one actor who is the king of mocap acting. Keep watching to find out who it is.
How will I know if he chooses me?
He will try to kill you.
The Harry Potter franchise spared no expense in bringing the Wizarding World to life. All of the movies use cutting-edge digital effects. Things like Quidditch and the various Fantastic Beasts are all done with the help of CGI. But every now and then the directors went old school. Daniel Radcliffe has revealed that one of the scariest scenes was really not terrifying at all. In Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry and Hermione go to Godric's Hollow to find Bathilda Bagshot. What they don't know is that Bathilda isn't really Bathilda. She's actually Voldemort's snake, Nagini, in disguise. She lures Harry upstairs in the form of the old lady. Then she transforms and attacks. Fans jumped and shrieked in the theaters. But there was no scary snake on set. For the attack scene, Nagini was just a long pole that had a boxing glove tied to the end. Someone thrust the pole at Daniel Radcliffe. Later, the effects team replaced the pole with a giant snake. It all seems way less terrifying. Sometimes you don't need a high-tech solution.
Don't ever let me give you a haircut again.
The first Pirates of the Caribbean movie was such a success that Disney created 4 sequels, and the second movie, Dead Man's Chest, is a fan favorite. In this film, Davy Jones is a fearsome cursed pirate.
Life is cruel. Why should the afterlife be any different?
He is owed a blood debt by Jack Sparrow. It's a great action-packed film with awesome characters, and Davy Jones is truly terrifying. But he's less than human in his cursed form. He has tentacles on his face. And Bill Nye looks nothing like that. He filmed all of Davy Jones' scenes with a mocap suit, green eye makeup, and motion sensors on his face. The effects team then turned all of his shots into the gruesome pirate captain. Bill became completely unrecognizable. It's really amazing what CGI can do. We love all the behind-the-scenes shots of Bill acting. You can see how expressive his face is. The digital effects really made the movie what it is.
You know you can't read.
It's the Bible, you get credit for trying.
Fans might have been skeptical when Mark Ruffalo took over as the Hulk. The first Hulk in the MCU was played by Edward Norton, but now we can't imagine anyone else besides Mark as Dr. Bruce Banner. Mark is a lot like Bruce Banner. He's kind and calm when he's in human form. He's the most soft-spoken of the Avengers, but when he gets angry, he turns into a giant green monster called the Incredible Hulk. He doesn't have control over his inner monster for the majority of the films.
I'm always angry.
But he starts to realize that he and the Hulk are one and the same. In the old days on TV, the Hulk was a big guy named Lou Ferrigno who was painted green. But the MCU didn't just want to use makeup to transform Mark. So instead, they used a motion capture suit. And the images of him in this suit are hilarious. It's hard to believe that guy becomes a green giant in the movies. We especially love the fight scene between him and Thor. They put just some green padding over his suit.
Green. Did you get that?
We can't talk about actors and digital effects without talking about the king of motion capture. Andy Serkis has done a lot of mocap work, and he is just the best. He really brought motion capture into the mainstream when he played Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies. The transformation was drastic, but it was also controversial. He provided the voice, movement, and facial expressions for Gollum, but he was passed over for awards because of the CGI. Since then, people have realized that mocap acting is hard work and completely valid.
You're a liar and a thief. No.
Andy reprised his role as the ring-obsessed halfling in the Hobbit franchise. He has also done motion capture in the Planet of the Apes movie series, but his performance as the sneaky, tormented Gollum is incredible. Seeing him act out this character is creepy, even though he looks nothing like the wide-eyed cave dweller. Andy Serkis and the Lord of the Rings effects team revolutionized motion capture and brought it to the mainstream.
We will swear on the precious.
That's a wrap. Now that you've seen these actors without their digital effects, tell us which one made you laugh the most in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to The Things and give us a big thumbs up so you'll never miss another video. See you next time.